A race against time in Haiti in the search for survivors after yesterday's massive earthquake, now that a tropical depression is barreling towards the beleaguered nation. The magnitude 7.2 quake struck west of the capital, Port-au-Prince. At least 1,300 people are dead, with roughly 3,000 injured. As CTV's Heather Butts reports, aid is on the way, but maybe not fast enough.
Rescuers are racing to find survivors, sifting through shattered buildings in search of friends and relatives trapped in the rubble.
A lot of dead and injured people, and for the moment, it's really hard for the Haitian people.
The quake struck more than 100 kilometers from the capital, southwestern Haiti, taking the hit.
It was unbelievable. And then people just started screaming everywhere on the streets and just out of panic and fear.
As the death toll soars, the number of injured is now in the thousands. Crews with the U.S. Coast Guard are helping to treat and transport patients, with locals like Mark Donald using his personal vehicle as an ambulance.
The hospital has been really packed, and we've been taking people from the airport coming from Port-au-Prince.
From the ruins, moments of hope and anguish. This mother overtaken with grief as the body of her daughter was recovered from a hotel. Dealing with aftershocks, frightened residents of Lacaille now living in makeshift tents in this football field. With an approaching tropical depression, the situation is growing more dire. A lot of help is needed, this man says, from the international community. Humanitarian groups are working to bring more aid to the country.
The humanitarian need is going to be really bad.
ShelterBox provided Haitian families with emergency supplies in 2010 and will do so again.
Prior to this earthquake hitting, over 4 million people already needed emergency humanitarian assistance in Haiti. This has just made that even worse.
Aid groups say they can get to Haiti, but reaching remote communities most affected will be a challenge. And there's concern the displacements will create conditions for a spike in COVID infections. Heather Butts, CTV News, Toronto.